One of the most versatile and cherished actresses of the past half-century has left us forever, Diane Keaton. Her funeral, an enduring icon of American cinema's golden heart, drew to a close in profound, reverent silence. Yet behind those pristine white flowers, symbols of her pure grace, lay stories of such emotional depth and resonance that they rippled through Hollywood like a gentle earthquake, touching every soul who ever loved her work. I had the profound privilege to share the screen with her once, and let me tell you, that collaboration remains an eternal treasure in my heart, a sacred journey illuminated by true artistic magic and her boundless, enduring grace. Then came the moment no one could have foreseen. Keanu Reeves, her beloved co-star from those cherished days on set, stepped forward to deliver a eulogy of such raw power and heartfelt sincerity that it left the entire world breathless, tears welling in eyes from Los Angeles to New York.
Yeah, I just feel really lucky to have had the chance to work with such a wonderful person and artist.
Oh, friends, that sacred instant was far more than a simple goodbye. It was the first trembling revelation of long-hidden truths, a profound connection that transcended the silver screen, a beautiful verity nurtured in quiet reverence across decades, now ready to touch our hearts. Please join me, dear esteemed viewers, fellow lovers of cinema who walked with Diane through her unforgettable films, as we respectfully lift that sacred curtain. I mean, there's no end. There's no end. It's too exciting. Life is too profoundly amazing. By the time our journey concludes, you will see Diane Keaton not merely as a twinkling star in the Hollywood firmament, but as the eternal guiding beacon, a warm, unwavering light leading countless souls home through life's inevitable storms. On that fateful morning of October 11th, 2025, cradled in the gentle, sun-warmed embrace of Los Angeles, Diane Keaton drew her final, whispering breath at the age of 79. Her family, hearts heavy with sorrow yet filled with gratitude, confirmed pneumonia as the quiet cause and extended their deepest thanks to the public for the ocean of love and steadfast support that surrounded their beloved Diane. In their poignant statement, they illuminated her true essence, a woman whose heart overflowed for animals, whose compassion reached endlessly to the homeless, and who sought only the sanctuary of privacy during her final fragile months. I think of everything in my life that's had such an effect that is priceless, and it keeps changing, and it makes life so amazing to me. How those words echo now with profound beauty. The news swept across major media like a solemn wave, draping all of Hollywood in a mantle of quiet, tearful mourning that united us in shared reverence. That very evening, our cherished Saturday Night Live, companion through decades of laughter, concluded its broadcast with a haunting black and white portrait of Diane, her eyes sparkling with that signature intelligence, accompanied by the simple, heart-piercing words, "In memory of Diane Keaton." This brief yet devastating tribute struck deep, allowing viewers coast to coast to feel the immense weight of a woman who transformed Hollywood's vision of womanhood itself. Diane Keaton is one of those actors that whenever she's in a film, you know that it's going to be good because of her presence in it. Tributes poured forth like healing rain. Robert De Niro said, "I'm very sad. Diane was a true soul." Goldie Hawn called her a woman so unique she could never be replaced. Bette Midler wrote, "The memories of her go beyond imagination." Nancy Meyers said, "Working with Diane changed my life." Mary Steenburgen recalled her boundless creativity, Jane Fonda her fearless spirit, Ellen DeGeneres her radiant kindness. And we all know what an extraordinary, unique, special person and artist Diane. At the intimate funeral in Los Angeles, surrounded by family and closest friends, Keanu Reeves rose like a steadfast oak. His voice, slow, low, steady as ancient stone, carried the weight of genuine love. She was a professional, generous, and truly special artist. Working with her in Something's Gotta Give was one of the most meaningful experiences of my career. She wasn't afraid of solitude. She lived with it and turned it into light for all of us. I think the most beautiful thing about Diane was that she never needed to be understood. She made everyone want to understand her. That simple, unadorned speech pierced every heart, revealing a friendship forged in artistic fire, pure, profound, eternal. The ceremony remained discreet and sacred. I don't think about a legacy at all. No, because it's over, done. We did that and move on. Relatives shared that Diane approached her passing with calm serenity. Even as health declined rapidly, she continued her morning rituals, journaling deep reflections, photographing her garden's quiet beauty, capturing life's final peaceful moments with characteristic grace. No grand spectacle marked her departure, yet for days crowds gathered outside Warner Beverly Hills Theater, leaving flowers that spilled like a river of color in silent homage. Across film forums, generations shared her iconic faces: the brilliant mind in Annie Hall, the devoted mother in Baby Boom, the passionate lover in Something's Gotta Give. Each image breathed chapters of Hollywood history shaped by Diane's authenticity, elegance, and fearless freedom from age's constraints. Nancy Myers said in an interview afterward, "She was proof that women at any age can still be the center of the story." In that eternal truth, dear friends, we find Diane's undying gift, teaching us to live with grace, love with depth, and shine forever.
From those heartfelt tributes, we revisit Diane Keaton's life before she became a symbol of independence and intellect. She was just a young woman leaving California to pursue the stage. No one knew those uncertain early years would lay the foundation for a singular artistic identity. From there, the world came to know a Diane Keaton unlike anyone else. Beginnings in Turbulence. Diane Keaton was born on January 5, 1946 in Los Angeles, the eldest of 4 siblings. Her father, John Hall, was a civil engineer. Her mother, Dorothy Keaton, an amateur photographer who instilled in her a love of observation and creativity. Diane grew up in Santa Ana in a middle-class suburban environment where her passion for the arts surfaced early through school singing and drama clubs. After briefly attending Santa Ana College and Orange Coast College, she decided to move to Manhattan in 1968, a choice that marked the beginning of her journey toward artistic self-definition. On Broadway, Diane joined the cast of Hair. When many fellow performers chose to appear nude to make an impression, she refused. That decision drew attention not for rebellion, but for independence of choice. But the stage lights brought their own pressures. Diane was asked to lose weight to keep her role, and soon began a long struggle with an eating disorder. She later recalled, "I used to eat 20,000 calories a day just to throw it up. I wanted to be accepted." The battle lasted 4 years until Diane sought therapy. "Fear taught me strength," she said, a simple statement that would define her later career. Resilient and self-possessed, in 1969, Diane met Woody Allen during Play It Again, Sam. The two quickly became close, both professionally and personally. Woody saw in Diane a wit, spontaneity, and lack of pretense, qualities he considered rare in the New York theater scene. Together, they created a new kind of comedy, intelligent, authentic, and deeply introspective. From that relationship came Annie Hall in 1977. Annie was Diane's nickname, and Hall was her real last name, a perfect reflection of the intersection between her life and art. Diane once said, "Woody wrote the ideal version of me. All I had to do was be myself, and he filmed it." Annie Hall earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, elevating her to the ranks of America's defining screen icons of the 1970s. Her character broke every mold of the traditional leading lady, intelligent, independent, slightly awkward, full of life. Critics hailed it as a turning point for Hollywood. For the first time, a modern woman who wasn't defined by men became the center of the story. Alongside her acting, Diane's influence on aesthetics was profound. Her wardrobe in the film, wide trousers, button-down shirts, men's vests, and a fedora, became a fashion statement. Her philosophy at the time was clear. Freedom was not rebellion, but the courage to remain true to oneself. After Annie Hall, women's fashion entered a new phase. Looser, simpler, unmistakably individual. Following Annie Hall, the spotlight Hollywood shone directly on Diane Keaton. But behind the applause came the pressure to preserve her identity as fame soared. The years ahead would see light and shadow walk side by side, and together they would shape the real Diane.
Between Light and Shadow in 1981, she played Louise Bryant in Reds, a film directed by and starring Warren Beatty. The production lasted longer than expected, with an intense schedule and the pressure of a historical project pushing Diane to the brink of exhaustion. She recalled, "There were moments when my hands shook, my eyes filled with tears. I was afraid I would collapse." Reds went on to win multiple major awards, but behind the applause came a period of burnout that forced Diane to withdraw for a long time to regain her balance. In the years that followed, Diane continued to search for new directions amid a rapidly changing Hollywood. The 1980s was a time when she was both a movie star and a symbol of the modern woman. Baby Boom, released in 1987, told the story of a business executive forced to rebuild her life after unexpectedly becoming a single mother. The film was a commercial success and turned Diane into an emblem of a woman who can do everything. A year later, The Good Mother failed disastrously at the box office. The setback didn't stop her, but it did change how she chose her roles. She began gravitating towards scripts with deeper psychological dimensions, less flashy, but allowing her to explore nuance and emotional depth in her craft. Alongside her career, Diane's personal life also drew attention. Her relationship with Al Pacino, her co-star from The Godfather, lasted nearly 2 decades, from the 1970s until after the third installment in 1990. They loved, parted, and reconciled in a bond that was both profound and fragile. Diane once said, "I told him, either marry me or let's end it. He chose his path and I chose mine." That decisive line reflected the strength of a woman no longer willing to live as a supporting role in anyone's story. Though they eventually separated, both maintained a rare respect for each other in the world of fame. Al once said of her, "She was my light for a long time." By the 1990s, Diane began moving behind the camera. In 1995, she directed Unstrung Heroes, a small independent film that earned critical praise and an Academy Award nomination. The work opened a new perspective for Diane, not as someone being directed, but as a storyteller. Beyond cinema, she devoted herself to photography, design, and writing. Her memoirs and photo collections revealed a sensitive soul, observant and constantly in dialogue with herself. As public attention gradually shifted to a younger generation, Diane chose a quieter life. She bought a house in Los Angeles, planted trees, cared for pets, and photographed architectural details around her neighborhood. In an interview in the late 1990s, Diane said, "I had everything. Work, fame, money, but still felt empty. Maybe that's the price of freedom." The confession was not melancholy, but lucid, reflecting the lifelong journey of an artist who constantly questioned the balance between creativity and personal life. 2 turbulent decades made Diane Keaton slow her pace. Just when many believed she had stepped away from the screen, a stunning comeback made all of Hollywood take notice.
That film not only reignited her creative energy, but also linked her to a younger co-star, the very person who would later deliver a tribute that moved millions. A renaissance on screen. In 2003, she made a remarkable return in Something's Got to Give, directed by Nancy Meyers, and co-starring Jack Nicholson and Keanu Reeves. The film became a major success, bringing Diane back to the center of the cinematic spotlight and proving that a woman in her 50s could still lead a romantic story with charm and depth. After the film's release, rumors of a romance between Diane and Keanu spread quickly. When asked, Diane simply smiled. "I love Keanu, but as a wonderful friend."
The gentle reply ended all speculation, leaving behind an image of two artists bound by respect and understanding. Their relationship would later be recalled as a model of genuine professional connection between two generations of actors. The success of Something's Got to Give opened the second chapter of Diane's career. Audiences realized that she still carried her distinctive allure, natural, sincere, and full of vitality. In 2006, she became a global ambassador for L'Oréal Paris, celebrated as a symbol of ageless beauty, a living testament to Diane's timeless appeal. Alongside acting, Diane devoted herself to social causes. She maintained a long-standing commitment to the Helen Woodward Animal Center, often participating in adoption drives and rescue campaigns for abandoned animals. At one fundraising event, Diane said, "My love for animals is the most important part of my life." She also took part in numerous housing initiatives for the homeless in Los Angeles, quietly donating and appearing at community events without publicizing her efforts. In her private life, Diane chose a path few dared to take, becoming a single mother at 50. She adopted her daughter Dexter in 1996 and her son Duke in 2001. When asked about her decision, she said, "Motherhood is the most humbling experience. It teaches you that you can't control everything." In contrast to her strong on-screen personas, Diane in real life was a devoted mother, spending time with her children and leading a modest, grounded family life. Despite her busy schedule, Diane continued to pursue her love for photography and architecture. She worked on several projects documenting historic homes across California and published photo collections that revealed her calm, perceptive way of observing the world. Her private life gradually became quieter, but never detached. After more than 2 decades of tireless work, Diane Keaton quietly stepped away from the set, spending most of her time with her family, her photography, and the rescue dogs she cared for. She lived slowly, but never stopped. For Diane, every morning remained an opportunity to create and to see the world with renewed eyes. And even though she no longer appeared often on screen, her influence continued to resonate, like the steady, gentle glow of a light that never fades.
The final ups and downs. In her later years, Diane Keaton gradually withdrew from the spotlight. She lived more slowly, devoting time to her family and pets while keeping a steady rhythm of creativity. In early 2025, Diane sold her home in Brentwood, a property she had personally designed and renovated. Architectural Digest called it Diane Keaton's Aesthetic Manifesto, simple, bright, and deeply personal in every detail. 2 weeks after it was taken off the market, she passed away. The coincidence turned the house into a symbol that perfectly closed the journey of a woman who had spent her life creating beauty. In many of her final conversations, Diane often reflected on her choice to live independently. She said, "I didn't marry because I didn't want to trade away my independence. I'm not good at nurturing, and I accept that." The calm tone of her words, neither defensive nor regretful, captured how she saw freedom as something intrinsic to her being. That mindset made her a model of the modern woman, unafraid to live beyond convention and to define happiness on her own terms. Diane's influence extended far beyond film. The menswear-inspired styles she defined in the 1970s, trousers, vests, and fedora hats, continued to inspire younger actresses like Emma Stone, Kristen Stewart, and Cate Blanchett. A writer for The Guardian noted, "Diane Keaton made strangeness seductive and turned difference into pride." In an age when fashion was often synonymous with extravagance, Diane chose the opposite path, transforming simplicity into an emblem of elegance. Her final interview in 2019 showed that spirit remained intact. When asked about things she hadn't achieved, Diane replied, "I have no regrets. I've lived my way." It was not the statement of a complacent person, but of someone who understood her limits and cherished the path she had walked. She often said that film was a blessing, but life beyond the screen was what made her feel complete. In her last months, Diane continued to appear at charity events. She attended a fundraiser for the Helen Woodward Animal Center,
the organization she had supported for years, even as her health declined. A representative of the center recalled that Diane came quietly, not wanting anyone to know, just to contribute to the pet adoption campaign. The small gesture perfectly reflected her lifelong compassion for vulnerable creatures, which she once called the most important part of my life. Diane's legacy lies not only in her awards or her iconic performances, but also in the way she lived, in her natural poise and the spirit of freedom she instilled in others. She proved that a woman could be strong without defensiveness, graceful without compromise. Her presence, both on and off screen, was a reminder that age, gender, and social norms can never confine creativity.
Diane Keaton ended her journey in quietude, but what she left behind was anything but silent. From the young girl in Santa Ana who dared to step onto the Broadway stage, to the cinematic icon who inspired generations, Diane never stopped redefining freedom. She changed not only how Hollywood viewed women, but also how the world understood that independence, intellect, and kindness could create a beauty far more lasting than fame. Diane Keaton left behind an estate estimated at around $100 million, a fortune built over 6 decades of continuous work, investment, and artistic dedication. Most of it came from 3 sources: acting salaries and film royalties, sales of her photo books and memoirs, and the value of real estate properties she purchased, restored, and resold. Her homes in Brentwood, Sullivan Canyon, and Beverly Hills all bore her aesthetic signature: rustic, refined, praised by architects as a declaration of living through beauty. According to estate planning experts in California, Diane Keaton had prepared her financial trust years before her death. Instead of leaving a public will, she transferred nearly all her assets into a family trust under her legal name, Diane Hall Keaton. This approach ensured that her 2 children were the main beneficiaries while preserving privacy and avoiding probate or media intrusion. Beyond tangible wealth, Diane also left behind an enduring intellectual legacy: authorship rights to her books, her photography, her personal brand, and royalties from timeless films such as Annie Hall, The Godfather, and Something's Got to Give. Together, these are expected to provide her children with stable income for years to come. Her legacy was never just about numbers. It was the fusion of artistic labor, financial discipline, and maternal devotion, a reflection of a life lived with care, integrity, and completeness. When the final light on the screen faded, Diane remained in memory, in her films, and in the spirit of those who dare to live differently. If Diane Keaton's story resonates with you, leave a like to support our channel as we continue sharing stories of Hollywood's irreplaceable legends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Each week we'll bring you true stories and untold chapters from the lives of those who shaped film history. See you in the next video.
Diane Keaton ended her journey in quietude, but what she left behind was anything but silent. From the young girl in Santa Ana who dared to step onto the Broadway stage, to the cinematic icon who inspired generations, Diane never stopped redefining freedom. She changed not only how Hollywood viewed women, but also how the world understood that independence, intellect, and kindness could create a beauty far more lasting than fame. When the final light on the screen faded, Diane remained in memory, in her films that continue to touch hearts, and in the spirit of those who dared to live differently, embracing their true selves with unapologetic grace. Dear friends, can you feel it? That enduring warmth she left in every role, every quiet act of kindness, every bold choice that whispered to us all, live your way, love deeply, shine forever. Diane Keaton's legacy echoes through time, reminding us that true stars don't just light up the screen, they illuminate our souls. From Annie Hall's witty independence to Something's Got to Give's timeless romance, her performances weren't just acting, they were invitations to live more fully, more authentically. And in her final gift, that $100 million estate thoughtfully secured for her children, we see a mother's wisdom, providing not just wealth, but wings for their dreams, just as she spread hers across 6 decades of brilliance. Her Brentwood home, Sullivan Canyon Retreat, Beverly Hills Gems, each one a canvas of her soul, restored with loving hands, now symbols of a life where beauty was both created and cherished. The family trust under Diane Hall Keaton, a final act of quiet strength, shielding her loved ones from the world's glare, ensuring privacy and stability for Dexter and Duke to carry her light forward. Beyond the numbers, beyond the accolades, Diane's true fortune was her spirit. Fierce yet tender, unconventional yet profoundly wise. She taught us that freedom isn't given, it's claimed, that age is no barrier to love or reinvention, that a woman's story can be her own, written in wide trousers and fedora hats, or in the gentle click of a camera capturing a garden dawn. If Diane Keaton's extraordinary journey has touched your heart as it has mine, dear viewer, please leave a like to honor her memory and support our channel. We bring you these stories because legends like Diane deserve to live on, not just in black and white reels, but in the conversations we share, the inspiration we pass to our children and grandchildren. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because each week we'll uncover true stories and untold chapters from the golden age of Hollywood, the irreplaceable souls who shaped our dreams. Join our family of classic film lovers, and together we'll keep their lights burning bright. Until next time, remember Diane's words. Life is too profoundly amazing. Thank you, Diane. We'll see you in the next video.